let me introduce Edoardo. Edoardo is the Vice President of Research and Programs at the Center for Financial Inclusion. He oversees CFI's thought leadership in consumer protection, responsible data, and green inclusive finance. So a broad set of topics that are going to be incredibly important over the next day and a half. He previously worked on IFC's venture capital team, focusing on embedded finance and startups in the digital economy, and worked at FSD in Kenya, where he spent, I think, nearly a decade, and holds a doctorate from the University of Trento in Italy. So welcome, Edoardo, and look forward to hearing your remarks.
Well, thank you, Kartik. Great introduction, and well, thank you to all of you. It's my great pleasure, honor to welcome all of you to the Responsible Finance Forum 2023. This is actually the 10th in-person gathering in the history of the RFF, though it's the first time that we get to meet in person since the pandemic. So last time the platform met was in 2019. It feels like a lifetime ago, and a lot of things have changed since then. So it's great to have this energy, great to have this diversity of people in the room. I don't know if you are familiar with the Responsible Finance Forum and its history. I won't bore you with too many details. However, just as a bit of background, the platform was established in 2009. It was established as a fairly straightforward community of practice, which has a set of objectives, but over the years, it really grew massively in terms of participation, interest, diversity of stakeholders and topics that it dealt with. Since the inaugural convening of the RFF in 2010, the platform tried to cultivate a space for knowledge sharing, for exchange of ideas, for more cooperation, and trying to identify new approaches and new barriers to responsible finance. The RFF gatherings have spanned across continents, and they brought together a very diverse set of stakeholders, investors, innovators, regulators, industry practitioners, and researchers. The collective vision of the RFF was, and it remains to this date, even though we're almost 15 years old, the goal is to develop a responsible, a fair, and a consumer-centric vision of the financial sector. In March 2022, that is about just over a year ago, we embarked on a new journey. That's when the convening role of the platform was transferred from the IFC, which historically was the convener of the platform, to the Center for Financial Inclusion, which is the organization that I represent. This transition marked an important evolution in our journey. It gave us an opportunity to rethink not just what kind of themes we want to focus on, which of course is very important, but also how do we work together as a community, as a global platform? What are the priorities, and how do we engage one another so that we are really able to push the boundaries, the frontiers of responsible finance? It wasn't an easy thing to even start with and think about. So we started really with an extensive series of consultations with all the leading institutions in this space, and many of them are actually here in this room. And we learned a lot. We learned a lot about the challenges of convening a platform, of the opportunities, the barriers. But one thing that really came across is that there is in this evolving landscape, there's really a need for a global platform that aggregates, where there's an opportunity for peer learning. In this context, there's no single organization or single country that can, in isolation, solve all of these issues. So that is the ambition. That's the goal of this platform, is to get all these experiences together, get to meet each other, talk about issues, and also create new networks, incubate new ideas. That is the ambition. Hopefully, we'll achieve that. So let's get to the event this year. So as I mentioned, this is the 10th in-person gathering, first time in a few years. As a few quick statistics, There are about 200 people attending this event. They come from 28 different countries, so incredibly diverse. There's 180 different organizations being represented in this room over the course of the 3 days of the event. So it's an incredible diversity, an incredible energy, and an opportunity to know what's going on in different parts of the world and what are the leading thinkers in responsible finance working on. This event would have not come together if it wasn't for the support of many people, many institutions that have helped us in this journey. We're grateful to our sponsors, both core sponsors and event sponsors. I want to thank the MasterCard Center for Inclusive Growth, which has been with us throughout our journey since we took over the leadership of this platform. Also, we're thankful to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for supporting this event, the India Post-Payment Bank, and to Axion International, which is our parent organization, the Center for Financial Inclusion, and they've given us significant support. We're also really grateful to the Better Than Cash Alliance and UNCDF, who have sponsored participation to this event to many participants, and also to the leads of the various working groups. The breakout sessions later on will be led by different working groups. All of them have lead institutions, including CGAP, the Office of the UNSGSA, and the Better Than Cash Alliance, and they've worked tirelessly over the course of the year to think about these issues, prepare for these sessions, and really take the discussion on the different themes that they're dealing with at the frontier. We're very thankful to the RFF Advisory Council. It's a group of institutions that has met over the past year. We met multiple times. They really played a very important role in defining this agenda, thinking about the themes that we should be focusing on, and many of them are actually here in the room. And thank you also to the CFI Advisory Council members who have come from all over the world and really helped us think about how to structure this event and how to prioritize themes. Well, we have a stellar list of speakers, of panels, and I don't want to be the one kind of coming in between you and this fruitful day of deliberation, day and a half actually. So thank you again. I really hope that this event goes well and you learn a lot. Thank you.